Welcome to the podcast, Badass Mother Hustler, where the grit, stress, and the beauty of motherhood and entrepreneurship meet. We'll share the realities and stories of what it takes to make it all work and still be a badass mother. Now here's your host, Maddie Yaka.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. Today, I'm talking to badass mom, Katie Horisk, and she is the mother to one boy and the owner of Finley's Flowers. Every entrepreneur mom has a story, and we can't wait to hear yours. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yay. So last year, when I had posted on Facebook, I wanted to get some more local people to interview. Everyone had tagged your business. Like 75% of the comments were like, Finley's Flowers. And I'm like, how have I not heard about this lady yet? And then we started to talk to each other, but I took a little hiatus, and I'm just happy to have you here now.
Thank you. I'm grateful that you're doing it. And I feel like this support is like real with people, especially in Kennett. So thank you to everybody who, suggested my name.
The people love you. They absolutely love you.
I love the people.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What was your childhood like? Were you super artsy?
I was pretty much always artsy. I went to art school and then I went to school for farming, and I never graduated either of them. But I still I put two and two together now with my business. So like in terms of growing and horticulture, and then like with painting of the flowers. So yeah, I feel like I always was a little bit creative. Now I'm like superbly creative, but yeah.
You went to school for farming, so like farmer?
Yeah, like I went for sustainable agriculture, and I did this program called WOOF. It's worldwide. Sorry, there's a train.
Oh my goodness.
Worldwide opportunity on organic farms, where you basically can go anywhere you want and you stay on the farm for free and you eat for free, but you basically just learn all the techniques from, the farmers. And then I also worked on a farm till I was like 8 months pregnant.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. So where are some places you went when you did the WOOF thing?
So I only went to one place. It's in Nebo, North Carolina.
If you're not awake now, people, you're awake.
The farming school that I went to is in Asheville. It's Warren Wilson. And so I was trying to find a place that was like near there. And basically it was like a blackberry, blueberry farm. And the owner, it was his father's property. And since he passed away, it's kind of like it got lost in the sauce with kids. And he was in the process of building his own house. So I went there and I slept in my tent for like 3 months and used an outhouse and basically like helped him revitalize, this farm. And then, I don't know if anybody out there is thinking about traveling and learning how to farm, then I would 100% recommend doing that.
That's really neat. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
But it was part of college. So oh, okay.
It's just totally separate from college. I didn't necessarily want to come all the way back to Delaware, and I still wanted to stay in the area. So yeah.
I was about to say, wow, that sounds like when student teaching, you have to pay college to go and student teach. I was like, you were going to pay to go redo someone's farm, but no, it wasn't that.
Yeah. No, it wasn't that at all. It was more so just trying to learn more about, different techniques of farming and everything like that. But yeah.
It is so important to actually do it. And that was when I was in school for teaching. I felt like, okay, I'm in all these classes.
Yeah.
You're just hitting me with read this, read that. We're going to talk at you. And I felt like it didn't connect until I was in the classroom. And I was only in the classroom for one semester. But then it was a whole lot of learning right at once.
Yeah, the growth curve is probably a lot. And yeah, you definitely don't learn it until you're physically doing it. And there also is like no right or wrong way. There's like so many different methods and,
So then you were on a different farm, you said, when you worked on a farm until you pretty much gave birth?
I was at a farm in Downingtown. I worked on the farm during the day, and then I bartended at night in Kennett at Liberty Place Pub. And that was pretty difficult because I didn't have an easy pregnancy whatsoever. It was, yeah.
What were you like sick all the time?
Sick all the time, and just like my ability to rationalize things and I don't know, be logical, it like completely was out the window. And I literally either felt like I was like mentally on my period or I just wasn't myself. And then I was like, oh my God, what is postpartum going to be like? I'm terrified for that. So I signed up for therapy, and postpartum was great. As soon as he got out of me, I felt like a billion times better.
That is really good. Yeah. So I have 3 kids, and the first child, nothing crazy. I didn't really feel different.
Yeah.
My second child was a boy because my first one was a girl. My second one was a boy, and I was like, this is weird. I thought I had, what's the depression called when you're pregnant? I forgot. Do you remember?
I don't.
It's the end of the day now, listeners. So
yeah, I already did my job.
Yeah. So I pretty much thought I had depression when I was pregnant with him. Definitely didn't feel like myself.
Yeah.
And I, let people know around me. And then it's crazy. Like you said, once you give birth, I mean, for me, it was like you, I was like, oh, back to myself. Yeah. But with my third child, I'm a little bit more holistic now. So I was like, let me try these placenta pills to have after I give birth to this third child. So I didn't really like them. It wasn't that they tasted weird or anything. I just didn't know flavor to them, but I feel like they made me just not feel like myself. But apparently it's supposed to be really good for you to have your placenta after you give birth.
Yeah, I hear that. But it's also like every woman is different. Every pregnancy is different. Every postpartum experience is different. So I think it's cool that you tried something new. And I also think it's cool that you listened to your body and was like, no, thank you. Not going to do it.
Yeah, I did it for like 2 weeks and was finally like, even though I paid a lot of money for these, I'm done.
Yeah.
Now, you at month 8, you were like, this is as much as I'm going to do on the farm, and you stopped and you kept bartending, or what was it like?
I never stopped bartending. I just bartended. I stopped after I had him for like 3 months or so, but yeah, I kept bartending. I even have like a few people that still come up to me today and it's like, oh my God, I remember when you were pregnant, you were miserable. And I was like, yeah, I was.
You're like, awesome. Thanks.
Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. Now, does entrepreneurship run in your family? Like, how do we get to the point where you have your own business now?
My dad started his own business, but I think the biggest factor in it was having Finley and being a single mom. Like I said, I bartend and it's fantastic. It's fantastic money and I love it. But like, I wanted to create something where I could have my son with me and he would be creative and grow up in that sort of environment. But also mainly I have a really good mentor that has seen my work ethic throughout the years and was like, yeah, I think you should start your own business. And I'm like, what? No. So like, if you never said that, I would have never even thought it.
Were you a single mom right from the beginning, or was it something that, okay.
Yeah. We split, I think when I was like 3 months pregnant, 6 months pregnant. Yeah. So straight from the get, single mom, but that's totally cool. And now my son has 2 beautiful households and double of everything. And, so, yeah.
Now, your mentor, you said he encouraged you to start your business. How did you meet him? Were you working for him or something?
Maybe I was. I don't think this person necessarily wants to be public.
Gotcha. All right. It's all good.
Yeah.
But there was this person who said that you have got what it takes. So take the leap. Were you just scared? Is it something you had thought about doing and you just needed the push?
I literally never thought about it ever. I love working for people. I am a ride or die. I don't like to switch jobs. I always created on the sidelines, but not once did I ever think that it was going to be possible to do what I'm doing today. And so he helped invested the money, seed money. And then I think maybe like a year or 2 years ago, he was like, yeah, you got this. You don't need me. And I'm like, okay. So I paid him back, and he still asks me every week, what's going on. And, he's still mentally invested in the business. But yeah, I'm entirely grateful for him. And so I hope I can do that for somebody else someday, because it's the best thing ever. And you literally can do it. Yeah.
That is amazing. Just someone who saw something in you and took the plunge, and you just want to repay that, which is really, really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
What were the first steps like after this person said that they were going to help you launch it? What did you do? What was it like to start Finley's Flowers? Where did it start from?
I guess I'm a very methodical, logical person. So probably approximately 100 lists of stuff of, maybe items that I need. And I guess people just wanting to support me. So I would create, tiny little flower arrangements for them. But then I kind of also realized that not everybody wants to buy flowers, and flowers die. So I ended up starting to dry the flowers and do daffodil earrings and orchid earrings and all sorts of art with flowers in it. So coming up with supplementary income was really important. And then, I've steadily grown. Hasn't been a huge leap, which I'm grateful for, because it's allowed me to adapt to failures and, not give up on the quality. I feel sometimes when things get too big too fast, sometimes the quality can go down. And
where did your business start? Because I know now you have a warehouse, but were you doing it out of your house?
So I live with my mom in a 2-bedroom apartment with Finley. And I was doing it out of there. And she loves clean things. And I'm a major spray painter. So I was taping up tablecloths and I don't know, any sort of wind gets spray paint on stuff. So one day I posted.
Were you spray painting in the apartment?
No, on a little tiny balcony, but there was just stuff everywhere, and it wasn't really conducive to creating, and I didn't really know. I mean, I was looking for a storefront at the time too, but it kind of needed to be the perfect storefront where I can spray paint and create and get messy, but also host workshops and not have it be in a cookie cutter, line of stores and good foot traffic. So all these things that, oh yeah, you're a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Okay. It was just hard to find. And then one day I posted a calendar of the stuff that I needed to do this week. And another local artist was like, yo, I like you being very organized. So I was like, I'm here for you, and then he's like, how's everything going? And I was like, oh, I'm looking for a storefront or a place to work. And he's like, oh, I have this warehouse. I'm like, what? So it's He's no longer here. He has a few warehouses below. His name is Dave Sanchez. He screen prints t-shirts for Space Boy, and he just opened up a candy shop. Anyways, the rent is very cheap, and I share it with another photographer who like helps me set up all these lights and
Awesome.
and he takes professional pictures of my work, and yeah, that's been the biggest game changer.
So definitely collaboration.
Yeah, and it takes a community for anything to get started, and it takes a community to be a mom, and it takes a community to create, and yeah.
Yeah, so the power of social media is what got you to your warehouse, huh?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, probably.
What's social media been like for your business? Like, how has it helped, or how do you tackle social media as an entrepreneur?
People say that they like my content, and I like creating authentic content. I don't believe in posting stuff just to post stuff, but I get burnout on it. Because like as an entrepreneur, you wear so many hats. Like, got to take the photos, you got to update your website, you got to create this stuff, you got to deliver this stuff, and it's like now I got to film myself while I'm doing it, and then I got to find the perfect song, because it's got to be the perfect song.
I agree. Yeah, you have to be in the mindset. When I started the real estate business with my one sister, April, I'm more of like the techie person. So I would always say to her, oh, when you go do this, or when you're in your kitchen baking or whatever, like turn on the camera or take a picture of this and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh my God, you're so annoying, but you're so right. Like,
yeah, if I don't post something, people don't know that I make it. And people won't buy it. And
it's crazy.
I don't just limit myself to like flower arrangements. So it's like any sort of new creation I do, unfortunately, I have to post it. So, and I have like no storage on my phone. Like it's filled with Finley, pictures of Finley. So like even to like take a video, I have to like remove a video. So yeah.
My husband, I'm in our like laundry room / office / mudroom, and he keeps opening and closing the door because he got half of a cow today and he's trying to figure out how to fit it in the freezer. And every time he opens it, I hear it squeak. And I turned around and I was like,
you just come in and say, hey, babe.
What's your favorite type of content to record and post?
Obviously, Finley. He's a character, and posting stuff of him doing it with me is amazing. So yeah, that's probably my most favorite stuff.
He's not in school yet, right?
He is in his second year of preschool, but it's like 3 days a week for like 2 hours a day. So not a lot. So Mondays are typically our full day studio day. So
he's with you all day.
Yeah, in the studio. And like,
yeah.
I don't know, my studio mate, Mike, is really good with him. We work out in here. There's like a treadmill. There's the spin and paint. There's all sorts of like, we can make stepping, like cement things. I have like all the bells and whistles. Like, what do you want to do today?
Yeah. So are you just like, hey, go explore, choose what you want while you kind of work on a project, or will you pull him over while you're working on something and teach him a technique? Or
so he's really big into like painting his cars and just pouring all the paint he can onto a canvas and just spreading it out or putting the paint on me or himself. But once he gets done with that, then we go on top of things with like acrylic markers. And then I've been recently so I have these little art books that I read to him at night. And then we have been trying to do the different styles of the art with him. So like he now knows that Andy Warhol does pop art, and Andy Warhol is best friends with Basquiat. So we did a little pop art painting. And And then up next, we're going to do like a Picasso blue era. So kind of teaching him about the different artists and the different styles. Like he knows to paint the edges of a canvas, which I don't know any other 4-year-olds that do that, but
I didn't even know that was a thing. So you just taught a 35-year-old something.
I mean, when you like hang a canvas up and you see it from like the front, but then you walk to the side, it's like another, area where you can paint, where you can see, and it's a different, dimension. So, yeah.
Does he think that you have a job? Like it's your job when you're in the studio? Because I just found out like 2 weeks ago that my child doesn't think that I work, even though I'm on a laptop in front of her like a few hours a day.
He knows it's Finny Flowers. He goes up to people and randomly and just says Finny Flowers, and he knows the logo for Finny Flowers, and that's what
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Monday his favorite day of the week?
I think like literally every day is his favorite day, but yeah, Monday's the best. Getting to be able to spend quality time with him, and now that he's going back to school like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and he goes to his dad's on the weekends. So, Monday's the best.
So you started your business for your son. You told me when you sent me in the email, you said you wanted to create a better future for him where he can grow up in a creative environment and be able to see his mom turn her passions into profits. So why is a creative environment so important?
I think, well, one, you only get one childhood. So like, how weird do you want to get? Like, whatever you want to do. I've never seen that movie, the Yes movie, but I hear that they say like yes to everything. Like, what do you want to do today, Finley? Let's do it. Like, let's go buck wild with it. So having the space to be able to do it is what kind of makes it possible. But
have you ever done the thing where you hold up 2 index cards and they have to pick one?
No,
that just gave me an idea because you said like the Yes movie, yes, and there's options on either one.
He's gonna have a field day with that.
That'd be so cool. And obviously you need to film it so we can see. Yeah. And what message, I said, did you want to portray to our listeners convey to our listeners? And you said that if you're thinking about something, just do it. Yeah. There is going to be support behind you. Do you want to dive into that a little deeper?
Yeah. I guess I never realized I could do it, and that people will literally give you money for what you want to create. And so even if you feel like you don't have the time or your stuff isn't good or anything like that, like you literally should just do it. And like, it doesn't matter if you're like 60 or 70. Like I have a few neighbors in the apartment building who we talk about markets for. And I'm like, hey, if you need help with social media, I've met some older people at markets where I've sat down with them and set them up with Instagram accounts, or I have a few people that want to, I don't know, just come to the studio for a day and figure out like how to start an LLC. Not that I'm a pro at any of this, but I feel like it's a scary thing to jump into that territory. And it's like totally not scary if you have somebody right next to you trying to figure it out. Like I have a best friend of like 20 years and he's been making jewelry this whole entire time. Not once has he ever done a market. Last Saturday, I took him to his first market. He had a table set up and he ended up selling like $300 worth of stuff.
Wow.
I know. And so then the following day I made business cards for him and I signed him up for another festival. So like, I don't know, just don't hesitate on something that like makes you happy. And if it's something that makes you happy, you can make money off of it.
Don't hesitate is 100% correct. I would say with anything, when I thought about starting this podcast, I knew nothing about podcasting, didn't even know what I needed or what platform or anything. But there was another real estate agent who had launched a podcast, and I called him up. He's not even local. He's in a different part of Pennsylvania. And he talked to me for like 30 minutes. And he was like, I already troubleshooted all this stuff. So like, get this microphone, get these headphones, use this platform. And I'm like, you just saved me so much headache, so much time. I just love when people, and you even said this, they don't gatekeep. You're just sharing.
Yeah. I don't gatekeep at all. I had another florist reach out to me and say, hey, where did you get your fridge? Like your commercial fridge. I'm like, here, girl, let me tell you all the like stuff. Like, and even florists are like the worst about gatekeeping. Like, and I'm all about like, what I do is different than what you do. And I love what you do. And like, let's just be friends.
Yeah.
If I have a client that wants something like a little bit more traditional, you know, I'll try to do it. But also like if somebody else I feel like can do it a better justice for them, then yeah, by all means.
Gatekeeping happens in every profession. There are realtors that gatekeep, but our office is really, really cool and we're all friends. Our office is a lot of women. There's more women than there are men. And it's just a lot of feminine energy that we all just share together.
Yeah, like big cheerleaders.
Yeah, 100%. You are constantly thinking of ways to push boundaries in regards to your flowers and painting. Talk to us about that. How do you get your ideas? What are you doing to push boundaries?
Well, I lose sleep at night. That's how I get my ideas. And I don't know. I really like to find out like the little things about somebody and how can I incorporate that into a flower arrangement, whether it's like painting the vase for them or painting the leaves or a certain color combo. But recently I have this subscriber and he is an angel. He literally is an angel and he's been allowing me to build my portfolio. So he's like, you do what you want this week. And I'm like, okay, let's go. And I started doing what famous artists' paintings would look like as a flower arrangement. And that's been awesome.
I've loved seeing that on your social media. It is so cool. Everyone has to go look at it after they listen to this.
Yeah, it's and it's so much fun. It's like, I don't know, putting like an honor and an homage up to, you know, the classics and the goats of, you know, the art community, and then putting it into a different canvas, as in the canvas is like the flowers.
Yep.
So I've done Andy Warhol's Campbell soup can, Picasso, Van Gogh, just did a Banksy back there. And I've been taking like fresh flower arrangements and then trying to make them as silk flower arrangements. So that way it's more affordable and it won't die. So that's been fun too, messing around with silk flowers.
Really neat. Really neat. Let's see. Last thing before we jump into our rapid fire 5 and 5, which is fun questions about you. You said that everyone needs to just slow down and be patient, especially if you are working with your little one by your side. Why do you think that's so important?
I feel like as a mom and a business owner, like, I don't know, a lot of my days are filled with like alarms when I need to wake up, alarms when I need to leave here, alarms when, you know, all sorts of it is like filled with alarms. And with kids, they like break the barrier of alarms. It's like they see an alarm and they're like, screw you, alarm. Like, we're not going to listen to that. We're in Finley's world. And I think it's tough sometimes to like, it's absolutely tough to slow down, especially when you have deadlines. But I think what trumps all of that is spending that quality time with your kid, and being patient, slowing down so that way you don't have a heart attack and your kid like, they watch you do everything. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And slowing down, you make less mistakes. I feel like in the other fields I worked in, I can bang out like 14-hour days. Like you just drink a lot of Red Bull, copious amounts of it. But with this, I have realized that it's better to go to sleep and try again in the morning, because my brain just shuts off in like a creative way, and in a mom way too, So
Yeah, if you don't slow down, you blink and your kids. I'm looking at Dakota this year like, wow, you're not a little kid anymore. Like you look like a big kid.
yeah,
I take pictures of them at the beginning of each school year, and we were looking at the beginning of last year and the beginning of this year, and even she was like, I grew so much. But you can see that she doesn't have the baby face anymore. She's a big kid. And I'm like, how did 6 years go by this quick?
It's like the saddest thing.
It's crazy. That's why I decided to homeschool this year. I mean, we always wanted to homeschool our kids, but I was scared because, oh, so what? I was a teacher before I was a realtor. Like, you're spending all day with your kid, but you're not playing with them. Like, you have to teach them too. So I was scared, but it's been worth it because, older people say those 18 years are fast.
Yeah. It's, I applaud you for doing the homestead. You're doing homesteading too. I've seen your little
I mean, we live on like a farmette.
That's amazing. I've been loving seeing your videos. Finley's thing is, he's not a shy kid, but he loves to walk up to everybody. He's like, I was in my mom's belly. Now I'm big. And I'm like, yeah, you go.
Has he asked you how he came out of your belly?
No, he hasn't, but he has a wild personality. He's not shy at all. Not shy. And so I'm sure that day will come. And of course, I'm like anxious about like, what's the proper response to,
Look, I was pregnant with Grant. He's my second, and Dakota was only like 3 when he was born, so she didn't have questions. This time around, I was pregnant with Tildy. She was 5. Now she's 6. Questions galore. 3 of my sisters were pregnant when I was pregnant. So all these pregnant ladies, she has so many questions. She was like, how does a baby come out? And I was like, do I just say the stork thing? Well, that's not true. I want to be honest with my kids. So I was like, a baby comes out of your vagina. And she's like, how? She's like, does your vagina open up like elevator doors? And I was like, something like that.
I think it's important to be grammatically correct. You know? I think it's important to, for them to still have their innocence of their childhood, but also know that they have a penis.
Yeah.
It's funny. Okay, so that just did one more thing and then we can change the subject. So I don't know if you know, but I have like 7 siblings and one of them is a boy. So there's 7 girls and 1 boy in my family.
Oh, wow.
And when my 3 little sisters were younger, Andrew and I are high school sweethearts. So he would be over our house like all the time. And we heard my mom telling my younger sisters like, don't say something in the balls, say testicles. And they were little. And I was like, that's just weird. You don't want a 4-year-old like girl saying testicles.
That is funny. That's good.
Yeah, that's about being correct, I guess. Balancing motherhood. People are going to be like, what podcast am I listening to right now? Balancing motherhood and being an entrepreneur is not always smooth sailing. What has been stressful about managing both roles?
I think I'm a very high stress person. I sometimes don't come across that way, but how do you manage stress? Honestly, by creating, being in here, being in the zone, having my headphones on, going on walks. Me, my mom, and Finley have been like going on like 2.5-mile walks when I get home from work, and we like walk all down Old Newcastle and Battery Park, and like having those sort of like bonding moments. And also like, I have never slept so good after walking. Like I do the elliptical, stuff like that, very quick stuff. But for some reason, taking the time to walk and having shit come out of your body that you didn't know you had, pent up in there, that has been, helpful to manage the stress. Therapy's great for stress.
Yep.
All the things. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We are going to talk about you now. Rapid fire 5 and 5. What do you do to recharge other than walking? And how do you find time for yourself?
I find time recharging being in here, creating new ideas. That's how I know that I'm onto something, is by doing that. And also, I don't really like to be by myself or recharge by myself. I love to be up people's butts. Talking to people all the time, being around people all the time. Like, you want to be alone? Sorry, I'm going to call you. Yeah, I'm a very much people person.
Yes. So some people are that way. April, the one that I do real estate with, and I are totally different. I'm like you, where I am energized by going to events, talking to people. I forget what she calls herself, but she's like, yeah, I'll go do those things, but I'm so drained afterwards. I don't want to talk to anyone for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's how my husband is too. I'm like, what?
And opposites attract.
Yes, we are very much opposites. We laugh about it pretty much every day. What are you currently reading or listening to?
Reading, same as it was. My best friend's boyfriend gave it to me. It's kind of about, I don't know, history of big monumental events and incorporating that with business. So when I said like growing too fast and your quality can go down. So sort of stuff like that. Has some statistics in there. And I honestly, on my nightstand, I have a calculus book and some flower textbook. I'm like a very...
Calculus?
Yeah, math makes sense, It's like a lot of words can be interpreted. Everything else can be interpreted, but in terms of math, there's like pretty much always an answer. Yeah.
So you're reading a textbook for fun?
Yeah.
Okay. That's how you just relax?
I mean, I feel like always trying to learn.
Yeah, yeah. And math is your thing, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I'm always listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
I just never had anyone say that they're reading a textbook to relax. There's a first for everything.
When I was young, I used to ask my mom for like math worksheets all the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So math was your favorite subject? Yeah,
math and art. A lot of my buddies that I went to high school with still today, like they're like, yeah, we used to cheat off you in math class. Just studying, I guess, learning more.
Yeah.
How can I be better? How can I do better? Different techniques.
Lifelong learner.
Yeah.
From a business owner perspective, who is your role model?
I don't know. There's a few of them. One, my mom, because she became a single mom and she's just badass. And like, I feel like as a mom, you just got to do it. She never started her own business, but like, I just really admire her as a mother. My subscriber, his name's Kevin. He is big in the finance world and just is constantly giving me new ideas on, how I should put my table differently or how I should charge for things. And then also Tim at Mary Pat's, who I sell flowers to. He's a great business mentor. And James, who owns the pub and State Street. Like all of those guys I look up to so much. Everything that comes out of their mouth is like so valuable. Yeah.
It is a sweet area in Kennett Square. It's awesome to go there and hang out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing.
What is the song you blast the shit out of if entrepreneur mom life is too much for you that day?
Oh God. I don't know. I like old school hip hop, rap. I love a lot of Hispanic music.
What's the one song you go to? Come on. Nothing popped in your head?
Back That Ass Up by Juvenile is really good.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Okay. So you know what I use this song for, right?
What?
When I go to put this on social media and tell everyone that I am introducing your episode this week, this song is going to go with your introduction.
Oh, good. Look, if I can't be me and you can't support me for me.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely. 100%.
I think that's great.
Yeah. What's some advice that you can give a struggling entrepreneur mom who might be ready to call it quits?
I don't know. Like, do you need a hug? Do you want to like just talk it out? Do you want me to give you advice or do you want me to listen? What form do you need me in to support you best? And if there's any struggling moms out there, which every mom I feel like is struggling.
In some way or another. Yeah.
Yeah. And motherhood can be really isolating. So like, I don't know, reach out. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on today's podcast. It wasn't too scary, right?
I was totally nervous for this, really, really nervous, but you did like a fantastic job of just having it be natural. So you're good at what you do.
We're just kicking back and chatting. That's what I said. If listeners wanted to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to get in touch?
Probably Instagram. Finley's Flowers is the best way.
Yeah. All right. And everyone, I'm leaving you with a quote. Like always, courage builds bridges where fear creates walls. And until next episode, see ya.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining this episode of Badass Mother Hustler. If you loved this episode as much as we did, and it left you feeling inspired and empowered, give us a quick like and subscribe, and we'll invite you back to our next episode. And be sure to share us on your socials and visit our Instagram, Badass Mother Hustler Podcast. We'll see you next time.